I would love the shit on modern video games. They're an absolute joke. And it's crazy how I'm now having to go back almost 10 years to play the classics, which are Red Dead Redemption 2. That shit was made 8 years ago. Or God of War. That shit was also made 8 years ago. Current games in the past 3 years are a joke. It's crazy how much shit you have to dig through to get diamond. Everything's fake and gay now, true.
Modern video games be like...
That's not how you say that.
Say what? Transvestites?
Yes. It's transgender. Transgender men.
Everybody's retarded now. Everybody is just absolutely retarded. And these developers are in a rat race of who could be the biggest fat dummy. Big dummy.
in media.
I am a trans woman and I've been playing games for my entire life, so...
You're not though, dude. You're just fat. Lying about biological realities doesn't help anybody. You're just fat. You're just a fat guy.
You want to lay with me, is that it?
That I do. Will you follow me to a place more comfortable?
I love you.
Wow. A gay romance during the 1500s. Wow, man, this is great. Yay! Everybody's gay and transgender. Woohoo! This is amazing. What innovative gameplay.
My husband's still in the outer city with the few cows we have left.
Games from the 2000s were like this.
Who do you think you're talking to, you German junkie whore?
Yep.
Here's the deal, Airto. You give me information, and I won't give you to immigration.
Based.
Yes,
Fasting for Yom Kippur, Mr. Cullen?
Yeah, let's change the subject, you going motherfucker. How about baseball?
You left-wing leaning parasite. You expect me to sit here and listen to your drivel?
Why did I not play more LA Noire, bro? Holy fuck, this game is so based. Maybe we play this later.
You sit there and you call me those names, you goddamn goy butt snatcher.
He says that you're Lenny Sissy, and that you'll do it.
You distribute for the Jews. You're a patsy.
Guys, before we get into it, this is why you should always own physical copies of your games. So I was playing LA Noire the other day, and Cole Phelps said this exact line: you distribute for the Jews, you're a patsy. I go on Google and I say, is this line in LA Noire? Google says there is no evidence that that line is in the game.
No way.
Guys, I don't trust AI. AI is lying to us. The only thing this is exactly why we should own physical copies of games. So guys, the point of this video is...
That's crazy, bro. What the fuck?
That everything is fake and gay now. And I want to talk about games from the 2000s that were real, that were authentic, that were edgy.
Sir.
So we're going to do LA Noire and compare that with Tell Me Why, which are both technically detective games.
Yeah,
I've recently been playing Saints Row from 2006. Bro, this game is so based. So I want to compare Saints Row from 2006 with the gay, woke, watered-down abortion Saints Row 2022, the reboot.
Let's get it.
And then finally in this video, I want to talk about Medal of Honor as a series and compare it with Battlefield 6. So that's what you're going to get in this video. Guys, before we get into it, I have to show y'all this clip of this insane woman. Like, this chick is like the final boss of Reddit. If Reddit had a final boss, it would be this ugly bitch right here. Watch this.
There's a point of privilege on microphone 1, then we'll go to microphone 3. Go ahead, delegate.
Yes. Hello. I was standing here with my gender equity card before.
What is this?
What is gender equity card?
Crap even mean point of privilege and gender equity card? Like, these people still wonder why everyone hates them and nobody can stand them.
Besides people on Twitter, they love them.
Yes. Hello. I was standing here with my gender equity card before you called on the previous speaker. That's my point of privilege that I would like to raise.
I will explain the speaking order, which is fixed, that I cannot amend, which is the pro-con rotation. You can...
It is crazy how Twitter has brainwashed people to unironically act like. It's so fucking embarrassing that people think that we're going to adjust how 99.75% of the world is going to act because we all want to pander to the 0.25%. Absolutely not. I am not partaking in that swine culture.
Move yourself.
Like, hear how I will explain the speaking order, which is fixed.
Up a line that you're standing in.
I am pro.
Yesterday, this card was used in an inappropriate manner. And while I understand in Ontario, we know this is equity, even if that, this was also used inappropriately in terms of gender. I want everyone to be...
It's just a bunch of childless women that nobody wants.
True.
Like, nobody can stand.
Because the world has brainwashed women into not wanting families anymore because they want to label men as the bad guy and they're oppressing them. Yes, men are oppressing women because they want to take care of them for the rest of their lives and financially and physically and mentally support them. I know, men are so bad. It's awful. Oh my God. You don't want to raise a kid and have a loving husband take care of you. You want to go to a 9-to-5 job with a boss who treats you like shit. I'll be real. How come women can listen to their bosses so easily, but they can't just listen to their husband with the same respect? Straight up. And it's retarded that that's not a conversation that we're currently having. It's insane. If you can learn to respect your boss, you should be able to learn to respect your husband. It's really that easy.
These people, they're not having kids. They have nothing else to do. So they go to these dumbass meetings and say dumb shit like this.
Mindful that these cards...
Dude, look at Asmon's reaction.
For individuals like myself who identify as a Black woman...
You are! What are we saying? I identify as a Black man.
Have no value outside of this space.
Your point's quite well made, Speaker. I'll again thank delegates not to call...
God damn, bro, that bitch fly with them things.
Me Madam Chair or Madame la Présidence. I'm a non-binary person. My pronouns are they, them, and their. Chair is...
Guys, what make up whatever pussy-ass, retarded words and retarded language you want. Like, nobody's listening to you. Nobody cares anymore. We're done. All right, boys, so let's get into the main part of this video, and I want to talk about LA Noire. And this game has been blowing my mind the past couple days because I had forgotten how unfathomably based LA Noire truly is.
You distribute for the Jews. You're a patsy.
Did you see who stole the Packard?
Hell yes, I did. I saw 3 goddamn Mexicans going to work on it.
Why am I not playing this game? This looks so good.
I mean, first off, this game talks about the Jews, and there were a lot of people in the 1940s LA who were suspicious of Jews, just like they are now. And this game is full of sexism. It's full of racism.
Yeah, because that's what the world has.
Who do you think you're talking to, you German junkie whore?
But it's incredibly realistic. And the thing that I think for me was so refreshing about going back to LA Noire is it reminded me of a time when game developers were not afraid. When they weren't scared, when they didn't cower before the gay woke mob. But game developers like Brendan McNamara, who made LA Noire and Bondi Studio there in Australia, he made the game he wanted to make and he didn't compromise. And this was from a time when developers had balls, man. And
that's how it should be.
They showed games exactly as they were. They showed a time period exactly as it was, and they did not compromise. So let's watch a couple.
Yeah, I always love when they change Call of Duty to have women in the front lines in the Civil War. It's like, what are we doing, bro? Like, Jesus.
Couple clips.
Tooting and hollering and yelling at...
Y'all remember when games weren't written by lesbians?
Obscenities at me in Mexican.
You left-wing leaning parasite. You expect me to sit here and listen to your drivel?
In case you haven't noticed, I'm a colored man. You see any Jew boys running around here?
We use the same syrettes in Okinawa.
Fucking Negro junkies can't take supply this pure.
Dude, that line about Negro junkies, like, that is exactly how it was in the 1940s.
Yes,
And you know how we talk about all these horrible films and movies that are being adapted for a modern audience and all this garbage? What I think made LA Noire so based is it didn't adapt shit, bro. LA Noire, it's almost boring at points. The gameplay can almost become boring in LA Noire because of how much it refused to adapt. Like I said, Brendan McNamara, the guy who made LA Noire, he had a vision for this game, and that vision was, let's show a historically accurate 1940s LA, from the language to the clothing to the everything. Let's show this game. Let's show the people. Let's show the language exactly as it was. And those of us who love this game, that's exactly why we love it. Now, on the opposite side of the spectrum from the based LA Noire is this fake and gay retarded game, Tell Me Why. So I'll just summarize the plot for you guys. There are two sisters.
Let me guess. There's two lesbians, and they have to use their lesbian powers to save the world. And that's how they do it.
They are born in a family, and one of them decides that she feels more comfortable as a man.
Oh.
And so over the course of their lives, one of them, grows a fake beard and starts dressing as a man and pretends to be a man. And as the game goes on, you're supposed to be like, oh, it's so stunning and brave for you to change your gender. Oh, what a true hero you are. And this right here is one of the most cringe and retarded scenes in the game.
Maybe we should play one of these games. Maybe it'll change our mind. You know what I mean? Maybe it'll make us grow. Maybe it'll help me understand why all these people want to chop off their penises or make new penises.
I've seen a couple of lady transvestites on the TV before, but I've never seen a dude.
Sam, that's not how you say that. It's transgender. Transgender men.
Anyway, I also...
Oh my God, my feelings after being mislabeled. You didn't use my proper pronouns. Oh my God.
Came by to say I fired up the Google and I did some reading. I didn't know the difference between all those words. I mean, I think I get why what I said was wrong, and I'm real sorry.
Now, the entire plot of the game kind of hinges on the mother.
I'm good, bro. That's just about the gayest shit I've ever heard in my entire life.
Of these two girls.
I'm not going to apologize for making fun of someone who is actively participating in a route and lifestyle that's going to lead them to a 52% suicide rate. There is no weight, there is no guilt on my conscience. These people cannot be catered to because their mindsets are infecting the youth and they are leading them down a path that will lead to eternal damnation and suffering. And I will not feel bad informing them of such.
And what is sort of left as a mystery the whole game, and you're not even sure once you even get to the very end, is the mystery is basically about, did the mom kill herself? Or did...
Well, she probably did if she was trans.
Tyler, the trans daughter of her, did Tyler kill her? That's kind of what the whole mystery of the game is about. Now, of course, because this game was made by woke homos, the mom is set up to be some like conservative Christian mom who tried to send her daughter to like a deconversion therapy camp. It's like, oh no, God forbid the mom was normal and wanted her daughter to grow up as a normal girl and didn't want her to have a mental illness. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine. But basically the whole game, the mom is shown as this like villain. And it's like, oh, she didn't believe in her. She didn't think she...
If you really want to be radicalized, there was a school, I believe it was somewhere in Ohio, where there was a transgender man, right? So a dude who was pretending to be a girl, going into locker rooms to watch girls change. And then the faculty pulled all the girls who refused to change in front of this man in a locker room and forced them to strip naked in front of him. And the one girl who refused to do it again, she got expelled. Yes. 6 13-year-old girls were forced to strip down naked in front of a man because they felt uncomfortable. And the one who didn't got expelled. This is essentially how trans people want to receive inclusion and fair treatment in society, is by telling everybody that they're going to kill themselves until they're allowed to walk in women's restroom and allowed in women's locker rooms and allowed to watch them piss and change their clothes. Otherwise, they're going to kill themselves. And retarded-ass liberals fall for this type of emotional manipulation. And that's how they've gotten away with it for so long. And that's how they'll continue to get away with it for so long.
She was really should really be turning into a boy and all this stuff. And so it's your typical like, oh, casting the conservative as the bad guy. Oh, conservatives are the worst. Even though, let's be honest, these people are the freaks. These people are the immoral ones. They're the freaks. So on the topic of real versus fake and gay, I recently popped in Saints Row from 2006, which, if you remember, was an Xbox 360 exclusive. And this game has unfortunately always lived in the shadow of GTA, even though I've always thought that some aspects of Saints Row were even better than GTA, in my own personal opinion. So replaying Saints Row 1 with Julius and Johnny Gat and the 3rd Street Saints this week, the thing that stood out to me this time is just how edgy, violent, and nihilistic and kind of horrible gang life and street life is presented in this game, but it's also like incredibly fun because. And the thing that the game does that what leans more into the comedy is, the insurance fraud missions, the snatch missions, the mayhem missions, the hitman missions, the drug trafficking and the escort missions. And I think where the later Saints Row games went wrong is I think they leaned too heavily into the game being funny and silly. Whereas the original Saints Row, although it is incredibly fun and it does lean into the comedy aspect a little bit, it still sort of stayed in like a grounded gang combat reality zone. So if I had to sum it up, I think what made Saints Row 1 and 2 so good is it still was about gang life and about street life and about gangs killing each other, and that kind of grounded it. And then it would throw in some comedy here and there. And I think where the later Saints Row games, particularly the reboot, sort of completely went off.
It is actually such a bittering reality to remember how games used to be when it was just about games being games and not developers trying to push agendas. And I think that's the big difference between current gaming and previous gaming.